A few weeks ago, I went to Maine. Even though it was just for a vacation, I was hopeful that I could get some fall foliage shots while I was there. A few years ago, my wife and I went on a trip to Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire around this same time of year, and I got some of my favorite photos and videos that I have ever taken. And so I really wanted to repeat that experience. Sadly, the leaves have not started to change yet this year, so we left Maine without a single fall foliage shot. Not to worry though, I have a plan. Fall foliage is such a fun thing to photograph that I cannot give up on the dream this year. I'm packing up now for a trip to London, so I'm gonna take you with me as I fly across the Atlantic Ocean in search of the perfect fall foliage shot. Let's go. So I made it to London, and I'm at this beautiful park called Hampstead Heath in northern London. I'm a little bit disappointed because there's not a ton of color in the trees yet, but I'm still gonna try to find the perfect shot, so come with me. Okay, so I found a spot that might work. There's a tree here that's just started to turn and the light is hitting it really nicely. And then I have this leading line in the path. So I'm gonna take the shot and then I'll show you. Love it. And here's the shot. I'll go ahead and put the high-res version up on the screen so that you can see it and not just this screen version. I'm pretty happy with how the shot turned out, especially given the levels of fall foliage that I have not seen around London so far. I'm happy that I got that shot. I know we already talked about the composition, but now I want to talk to you a little bit about my process with editing photos. I shoot all of my photos in a RAW format. This allows me to maintain as much information in the photo as I possibly can, and so it makes editing the photos a lot easier. What that means is that when I pull the photos on the computer, they look really washed out and there's almost no contrast to them. If I were to show you the raw image of this photo, it would not be very impressive. That's because, purposefully, this image is left flat so that when you add contrast and saturation back in, the photo really pops to life. My editing flow is usually the same for most of my photographs. I'll start with basic exposure, making sure that the photo looks right when you're looking at it on the screen. Then I'll add some contrast using the S-curves, and I'll make sure that the saturation is right for each of the colors, playing with those a little bit. I try to not go too crazy with my edits because I like to get what was actually on the scene, but sometimes I will remove little distractions like people in the corners of the frame or things like that. I hope you enjoyed today's YouTube video. I had an adventure flying all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to take this photograph, and you can find it posted now on my Instagram page, which is linked below. Please let me know what you think about it, and as always, please like and subscribe to support the channel. I'll see you next week.